Good afternoon, all of you, and welcome to this orientation webinar on State Energy Efficiency Index, the indicator framework for 2024, and a demo on the data collection portal that all of you will be using to upload the data for SEEI 2024. For most of you, the SEEI is really not something new. All of you, fortunately, have been very familiar. Over the last several years, you have all worked very hard to ensure that the data for the SEEI calculations and ranking is input in a very, very rigorous manner with verifications of documents carried out at your end. But just for a few of those who have perhaps not been a part of the earlier SEEI who have joined us new, the State Energy Efficiency Index serves as a very comprehensive tool to measure and track the progress of energy efficiency initiatives across all the states and union territories in the country. The SEEI, which has been on for the last few years, assesses the states based on a variety of parameters, including policy, regulations, financing, institutional capacity, energy saving outcomes, and several other parameters. The primary goal of SEEI is to help the states to move forward rapidly on energy efficiency by understanding how other states have progressed through various programs, schemes, and other training and capacity building activities. It is a kind of a healthy competition that we want to encourage among the states and the union territories to achieve energy efficiency goals so that their state is among the leading energy efficiency achievers in the country. The SEEI drives policy innovation at the state level by highlighting areas of strength and opportunities for improvement in energy efficiency. And the feedback from the states has been that SEEI has been instrumental in bringing energy efficiency to the forefront of state level agenda, promoting energy conservation building codes, industry efficiency programs, and energy efficiency public infrastructure. The index helps the states to contribute effectively to India's overall energy intensity and therefore emission intensity reduction targets, which are a part of India's INDCs that we have committed to the UNFCCC. The SEEI has been evolving every year based on feedback from every one of you. And we are indeed very happy that SEEI remains a relevant and effective tool for guiding the states towards achieving higher efficiency standards. I do want to place on record AEEE's gratitude to the Bureau of Energy Efficiency, to all the SDAs across the states, union territories, to several other external agencies, ministries, and departments who are providing inputs to the SEEI. We sincerely hope that the SEEI continues to help the states in moving forward on energy efficiency. I wish the SEEI 24 great success in achieving the goals of energy efficiency. Thank you very much, and I hope all of you join heartily in debating today's session on the various indicators and how these indicators will be input on the data portal. Thank you very much, and over to the AEEE team, Vinamra and Snehashish. Go ahead, Vinamra.
Thank you, sir, for setting the tone of this webinar. So, all the guests and the people who have joined us, a very warm welcome to all of you, and thank you for taking out time out of your busy schedules. This webinar, this orientation webinar has been divided basically into three parts. First one is where we are going to go into these indicators which we are proposing this time, and we are conducting this webinar in to get the input from the SDAs from you on those indicators. And apart from that, we will be having one proper session on that, in which we can look into the any particular indicator. And in the last one,
UPCL.
guiding you through the data collection portal. So as Bhaskar has already told, some of you might be first timers for the SEEI process. So we believe that it is necessary for that. So beginning with our presentation. So the objectives, as we all have witnessed from the previous versions of SEEI, it is basically an empirical method of gauging how the states are performing in their energy efficiency actions, whether it's policy, whether it's legislature, whether it's implementation part. So basically, it is also working on and looking at the institutional capacity at the state level. So these are the prime four factors. Secondly, hello. There was a small glitch. So this we had rolled out feedback forms for all the SDAs. So we got response from 16 SDAs, which we have showcased on this slide. स्क्रीन दिखाया तो पता नहीं पड़ता है.
Hello.
Yeah, we can see the map, no problem. We
Yes,
can
yeah.
see the map on the screen. Yeah, now
So
it is on
here are
slide
some-
4.
Yeah, there are some inputs on the SEI 24 this time. So we have modified some of the previous indicators and have added some new indicators this time in the SEI 2024. And it will be capturing similar data as that of previous iterations in order to compare the progress. And further, I think you must have received the letter from Secretary Bureau, which was addressed to Energy Secretary of your state for his assistance requiring the data from the stakeholder departments. And yeah, we can go forward. So you can see there are primarily 7 demand sectors. And this time we have increased the number of indicators. So if you see here, this has been the division between the 7 demand sectors: policy, finance, institutional capacity, and adoption of e-measures, energy savings, state programs, and how they have been given the weightage. So when it comes to cross sector, now we are looking into the indicators. So you must have seen this one, state action plan. It was previously SEEAP, State Energy Efficiency Action Plan. This time we have added climate change to it. So we have modified the indicator in which we are typically asking whether the SEEAP has been the implementation has been started or not. Then is there any specific allocation of budget by the state government to the CI? And whether these EEC measures have been included or implemented under the SAP-CC. SAP-CC is basically State Action Plan on Climate Change. So whether there is some inclusion of these measures there as well or not, that we are asking this. In the EE and EC policy, there is a direct question which we has been added the indicator whether the implementation or the programs or projects have been initiated under this policy. Then under the establishment and utilization of the SCF, some of the questions that which we have added are whether the state or the SDA, whether you have. So I think Honorable Secretary Sir has joined our webinar. So I would like to request Honorable Secretary, Bureau of Energy Efficiency, to deliver the keynote address for this webinar, and then we can start from this point onwards. Shri Milind, sir. Vikas, can you confirm if Secretary Sir has joined?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay. So moving on.
Sorry.
Moving on with the presentation then. And the second question that has been included, the indicator that has been included, how is the SDA utilizing the SECF? It comes to energy efficiency adaptation. So whether it is for the admin cost or it is in the grant mode or in the RIF mode or as a risk guarantee. With respect to SLSC for energy transition, this time one more indicator has been added in which directly we are asking what steps have been taken by the state or the UT towards the energy transition in 23-24. With the collaboration part, there's one indicator that's been added on whether the SDA and the state government departments have some sort of collaboration. So it can be on the energy efficiency action based on the SEEI. It can be on the climate action. It can be on the net zero plans. So this question has been added as we all know that there are a couple of cities, majorly the major ULBs in the country now, which have started coming up with their own climate action plans or the net zero action plans. So this question is regarding that also, apart from the CF. Like as you as the state designated agency for energy efficiency, and most of you are also the state nodal agency for renewable energy in the state. So you are actually one of the stakeholder departments when it comes to this development of these climate action plans, because majorly ULBs, they do create their own climate action plans, but they don't have that much of a clarity when it comes to how they're going to implement it in the first place. And majorly they are being prepared by independent consultants or foreign portfolio agencies, basically. Regarding the activities undertaken by SDA inspectors, so directly to quantify the action, the indicator has been changed to whether the SDA inspector filed any petitions as per the enforcement manual under the EC Act in FY 23-24. And a new indicator on promotion of the ESCO models has been added. So what steps have been have the states or UTs have taken to encourage the implementation of EEC projects? through the SCOs or ESCO model, apart from conducting energy audit. So there is a condition to that question that we are asking what action has been taken by through ESCO or ESCO model apart from conducting energy audit, not limit generally which the answers we received in the previous versions of SEEI. A lot of ESCOs were involved in conducting energy audits, but that's why we have changed the indicator to this. And whether the state or UT has conducted any training program on measurement and verification, M&V, which is quintessential when it comes to the success of ESCO model in the first place. So rest of the indicators are similar as per the previous year for the cross-sector indicators. Moving on to the building sector. Regarding the ECBC notification and the adaptation by in the bylaws of the states, we have modified the indicator and we have added the indicator as what percentage of municipalities and the UL or the ULBs have included or revised bylaws. Basically, the extent to which it has been coded into the bylaws that has been added, that has been asked in this. So there are different forms of administration. We know that some states directly through the state government, when it happens, it goes and it is applicable to all the ULBs. Some state it will be a different story. So if you can see, the scoring criteria has been based on the percentage data, because we know percentage data is the only way it can be justified. There are
Vinam,
sorry? Yeah.
actually Secretary sir and our director Abhishek Sharma sir has joined. So I'm just requesting to Bhaskar sir to.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Vikas, sorry, Vikas, what
Sir.
request, let the presentation completes.
Okay.
And then I think we can conclude after question
Sure,
and
sir.
answer.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Sure, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Moving on to the next indicator, towards the adoption of Eco-Niwas Samhita, ECBCR in the state. So direct questions, and these are the quantifiable questions. So whether the state or the UT notified the ENS code, if not, has the state or UT drafted the ENS code and sent it to the cabinet for approval? If not, if both or the above are no, then what is the progress made in FY 23 to 24 for the same? Regarding policy notification guidelines scheme for the promotion of the use, we will start labeling appliances in the buildings. So we have categorized it into 3 different categories: public or government buildings, commercial buildings, and residential buildings. Basically, we are asking what steps have been taken, and the marking is based on the data provided. Advisory certification and enforcement capacity. In this, we are asking, and we have modified this indicator in this way. Like, we have noticed that some of the states in south of India have developed certain resources which are helping the people on the ground when it comes to complying with the ECBC. Telangana, for example, is there. So we have asked what advisory resources, guide, toolkits, or online portals are available to the stakeholders in your state or UT to help them implementing energy efficiency practices in the building sector. When it comes to the adoption of e-measures, so direct question, again, we have modified it. What is the total number of ECBC compliant buildings in the state or UT? One which are under construction and other which are completed. Second question, second changed question is what are the steps undertaken for promotion and penetration of ECBC compliant buildings in the state, whether it's empowerment of energy auditors or the TPAs, the third-party auditors, third-party agencies. Third one is what is the number of ECBC plus super ECBC or net zero buildings? This is a quantifiable measure. When it comes to promotion adoption of electric cooking and solar cooking, we have asked whether the state or UT implemented electric cooking, solar cooking systems in the government building, and you are supposed to provide the list of buildings and number of systems deployed in each building. So it is a bit lengthy, but that's what we have asked. Moving on to penetration of AEEC measures in building sector in the state. So the modified questions are how many projects have availed of green building incentives in the state? Or is there any policy guideline incentive for the promotion of green building or EEC measures other than ECBC and EMS? An example is cool roof, green roof, etc. And what were the steps undertaken for the promotion of EE or EC measures in affordable housing projects in the state? New indicator which has been added is on the star rating of commercial and residential buildings. And it is directly quantifiable, as in we are asking how many buildings have applied for or completed their star rating certification. And the categories are government building, commercial building, and residential building. Energy benchmarking in the building sector, we observed last time also some of the SDAs had conducted it in the state. So we had modified one question in it and we have presented it like what is the typical follow-up actions implemented by the building owners after conducting a benchmarking study on their buildings. When the benchmarking study has been completed, they have the numbers with them. What are the follow-up steps they are taking? And these indicators you must have been familiar with. These are the same indicators as the previous year. Programs on energy efficiency in government and public buildings, in commercial buildings, and in residential buildings. So one more thing I would like to add is you can see the SEEI is moving towards more quantitative stuff now, as it is working on indicators. So there are a couple of questions which are qualitative in nature, but because they have been kept there because we feel that they are necessary. So you can see in the programs of Bureau for the energy efficiency in residential building, there are some questions which are qualitative. For the industry sector, regarding the mandatory energy audit in non-PAT industries or MSME, it has been modified. So to the previous question, one more, two questions have been added. Like, does the state UT have any policy guideline for carrying out any in non-PAT industries or MSEs, and submission of the report to SDA? So we have added, if yes, for the above indicator, how many non-PAT industries and MSEs have been covered for the ME in the state? Similarly, if the state have any policy scheme on financial incentive for implementing the recommendation of MEAs in non-PAT or MSME, then how many of those non-PAT industries and MSCs have availed incentives for the implementation of EEC? Regarding the advisory certification and enforcement capacity in the state government, we have modified this indicator as well. So the questions are, does the industry or MSC department of the state or UT have any entity or committee or cell to develop capacity and provide technical expertise on energy efficiency or decarbonization in the industrial MSC sector? We know this role has been played by SDA for a long time now, and you have got your PAT cells. But we believe PAT cells, apart from PAT cell, it is also the responsibility of their parent department. And that's why this indicator has been added. And has the SERC or GSERC appointed an educating officer AO as per the section 27 of EC Act 2000? That has been there previously also. Some of the new indicators. There are MSME cluster profile. So whether state or UT has taken any steps to identify energy intensive MSE clusters. This indicator has been added in order to nudge basically enumeration process. So under this enumeration process, the more number of industries you can cover under your energy audit schemes, and is basically making a proposal for your own state department or a proposal for the SDA itself if it wants to facilitate it through financing from outsources. For that, you need a commendable size of project. And we believe that this process is very much required as of now. Regarding PAT widening and deepening, we have added a new indicator in which we are asking what activities have been undertaken for widening and deepening under the PAT scheme. Regarding the ISO 50001, the energy management, We have asked, as you indicated, what steps have been taken by the state or UT for adoption of ISO 50,000 industrial units? For example, policy notification schemes. And how many industrial units have adapted or included ISO 50,001 standards in the state? So this question is a follow-up question. If it has been done in the state, how many industrial units have been covered? Measures for electrification of end use and energy conservation awards are repeating from the last year. And the program for large energy efficiency in large industries and MSMEs and the regulated capacity building, these are all taken up from the previous version, which have been carried forward. Regarding
So some people have raised their hand. I request TG Redco. You can unmute yourself and
ask the question.
yes, you can ask. TG Redco.
Good afternoon, Sir Kiran Kumar from TG Red.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, actually, there is a one question, sir. Energy efficiency, ISO 50,001, this is a private audit industry. How we can get the information, sir? Because of 50,001 doing the is a mutual understanding industry. Where we have to get the data, sir? Because they're not updated to the our state government or to the energy department.
Yeah, so for this 50,001, you can just check some of the industries that you have in the state. You can check with them whether they complied with the 2001 or not, or maybe the industry department, if the industry department or the MSME department, some list for the ISO 2001 implementers, you can get touch with them also.
Where, sir? Where, which source we can? Because these are provided by private entities like Bureau of Veritas and TV Nord. These people are doing, but they're not subject to the government or police control board for departments.
That I know it's not directly connected, not connected with the government, but being an SDA, you can encourage the ISO 2001 implementation process. And you can get in touch with you because you have a lot of DCs in the state, so you can get in touch with them to whether they have implemented or not through the CAT cell. So you can just take the data and you can give the proper data in the data collection portal.
Sir, we okay as a PAT, okay, sir, non-PAT, because non-PAT industry, we are asking several questions, like we are asking for ME also not providing, because we are giving a mandate with the CAG, still we are not getting the information. So,
I couldn't get
how can AEEE can support for this in this regard?
Can you repeat the question? I couldn't get you.
Sir, actually, the PAT industry people are providing the information, but non-PAT people are not providing. Non-PAT people are not providing any information. Even energy audit also, we are requesting the non-PAT industry people asking to submit the energy audit report, but not submitting reports.
You are getting to these non-PAT industries?
Yes, I'm not getting the audit reports because of we have requested to submit the reports. We are through CAG, Chief Electoral Inspector. We are requesting them if renewal of the license, they have to submit the energy audit report mandatory, but the people are not submitting.
So there are certain departments you can directly write to. There is DC, MSME, there is industry department. And this time, Honorable Secretary has already sent a request letter to your Energy Secretary regarding facilitation and help from the line department, the stakeholder departments. As an SDA, under the EC Act, you are authorized to talk to them, you are authorized to write to them, you can get the data if you want.
Behind that, you can just mail us. I am sharing my email ID and Vinam's email ID in the chat. If you feel some data can be approached to the others, so we will sort it out with the help of the BWE also. Okay?
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
Not my, you can just mail us.
Okay.
Yes, Apeta, you can just tell me your question. Hello.
Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, you are audible, please. I think there is some network issue. I think if anybody can continue.
Okay, continuing then with the municipal sector. You maybe if you are not audible over here, you can write your question or your query on the chat, then we can respond. Apeda, if you can hear us, you can write your query on the chat. Moving on to the municipal service sector. Regarding the advisory certification enforcement capacity, we have modified this time. Like whether the UTD or PHED has issued any advisory on energy efficiency practices in municipal service. So these two departments have been selected here because majority of municipal energy efficiency actions take place in street lighting, water pumping, and these are the head departments for that. UTD is majorly covering water pumping also if it is coming directly under the municipality. So it varies from state to state. That's why they have been mentioned. Second question is, does the state have a government authority to enforce ECA regulation or measures for the municipality? This is being carried out, carried forward from the previous version of SEEI. Regarding the adoption of EE measures, the modified questions are whether the energy efficiency practices have been implemented in street lighting. So we have given some examples like feeder level pillar smart street lighting systems and in water pumping and sewerage systems. For water pumping and sewerage system, whether I2 or above higher energy efficiency class motors have been used or the municipal corporation municipalities and state utilities are going towards VFDs or not, which are variable frequency drives. Our second question is, which system have been deployed in monitoring of street lighting and water pumping stations or sewage treatment plants, for example, SCADA, energy management systems, etc. The rest of the questions, yeah, we will share it. The rest of the questions are carried forward from the previous version on programs for energy efficiency, street lighting, water or sewage system, and the capacity building programs. So try to provide data on capacity building from their line departments. What you are doing, that is okay. If that is not available, you can always provide that data, but try to capture the data on whether some sort of capacity building is being done by their own departments as well. Regarding transport sector, the new indicator on adoption of e-measures is on the demand side and incentives to consumers. So we are asking, does the state provide subsidies to the consumers for purchase of 2-wheelers, 3-wheelers, or 4-wheelers, e-tractors, e-cycles, strong hybrid vehicle? And we are asking this apart from the subsidy provided under FAME. So this is excluding FAME 2, which we are asking. Does the state provide subsidy to consumers on interest rates for purchase of EVs? So interest rate subvention is being carried out by the state government or not? And how many people have applied and received these incentives for purchasing EVs? Regarding the adoption of electrical hybrid vehicles, we have modified the question to what percentage of targets under the EV policy for the transport of fleet electrification have been achieved in the state. So we believe almost all the states had come up with their EV policies. So this question is regarding that what percentage of the targets have been met when it comes to municipal owned bus fleet and government vehicle fleet transition. Regarding availability of charging infrastructure for electrical mobility, so has the state or UT provided guidelines or mandate for charging infrastructure in the commercial or residential buildings or not? And what is the ratio of charging stations per EV in the state? Regarding adoptions of biofuels, one more question has been added on the proportion of biodiesel mixed with diesel sales in this.
Yes, SD Assam, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Hello, Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, the question is regarding municipal sector. Can
Okay.
the slide?
Just a minute, we will,
Question 1, part 2.
yes.
This. So, what type of this support required from state government is required? Advisory and enforcement support required. Miss, can you give any example for the same that has already done by any state?
So you are asking
Yes,
for question number 1?
Question number 2.
It's second one. Question 2.
Question 2, does the state have any government authority to enforce EC and E regulation?
Yes.
So
Question 1, part 2. First ka second part.
question 1, part 2, whether the SDA has collaborated with ULB or municipal corporation on energy efficiency actions.
This
Under
collaboration, yes, sir. This collaboration, we can do it with municipal sector for getting the data.
So you are asking about this climate action plan or net zero plan?
No, this collaboration, SDA has collaborated with ULBs, Municipal Corporation, on energy efficiency action under climate action plan. So
Yes.
we have provided data on a climate action plan, but there is means we have received.
That is the collaboration, because you have provided any support to the ULB or the municipal corporation for their climate action plan. That is the support that is the first stage of any collaboration. You can share that data also.
Okay. Means we can share all the data to this department, and we can.
You can provide us the answer that the Assam SDA has provided data on this particular factors to the specific ULB. You can mention the name. Apart from the kind of data which you have provided, you can give us a screenshot of that email. Other SDAs can also provide us with any meetings you had with the ULBs. You can provide us with the minutes of those meetings. You can provide us the correspondence which you have provided to them. Anything which shows that you are collaborating with the ULBs at some level, you can submit it.
Okay. Sir, is there any example regarding this already done prior to this? Any SDA?
We don't have any, because this is the first time we are asking this type of this question. So whatever the SDA has given any type of data for their state level, city level climate action plan or the net zero plan, that can be acceptable, and that you have given, like the SDSM have given this energy intensive data or some these data to the municipal services to for their climate action plan. That is acceptable, no issue on that. I hope it is clear to you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yes, TS Redco, you have raised your hand. You can.
Sir, actually, we have in the Telangana state, we have EPTRS appointed as a climate change action plan report preparation as a nodal agency. So can we use the report, sir, for this point?
Yes, you can.
Sir, but actually there is no separate, like they cannot give the municipal corporation. They give the total state energy efficiency action plan, not by the ULB base. ULB and they're not separated, but they have given the incorporated the ULBs, Gram Panchayats, other pumping systems, everything combined for the energy efficiency. So how we can define that? Because we are providing the data, but
the action plan is for energy efficiency, right?
No, energy efficiency only. Action plan for energy efficiency. They have prepared like energy efficiency total state wise, like industry, municipality, and water bodies and pumping systems. They combine everything. They're showing the energy efficiency. This much of action happened. This much of carbon CO, ton of CO2 saved. They're showing the reports.
But
they're not doing the bifurcation of that.
That is the I think, right? State energy efficiency action plan. That is what you're referring to.
Yes.
But the question over here is, whether you have collaborated on energy efficiency actions under the climate action.
Yes, sir, we have collaborated the climate action plan. We have the state energy, Telangana state climate action plan. These are prepared by EPTR. We have the nodal agency appointed by the government. So
Yeah.
they are preparing the report. They are preparing report like energy efficiency, renewable energy, then other pollution control, everything adding together. They prepare the report. So
Okay.
that report, they're not separately showing the ULBs. They're showing the total all the pumping system,
Okay.
Gram Panchayat, ULBs coming, everything showing the energy efficiency. How we can show that?
Yes.
Yeah, you can show that.
You can show that. No issue on that. We have
Okay,
helped them to preparing this report, or we have prepared this report. So you can just upload that thing.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Anyways, TG Redco has worked a lot with, I think, Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation, Hyderabad Municipal Corporation on EVs as well. So they are also part. If they have these cities have come out with their climate action plans, you can show that part as well.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay.
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 Okay. Then.
Yes, Madam, you can confirm. We are in transport. So
Yeah, the last question was the proportion of biodiesel mixed with diesel sales in the state. So it is coupled this time with the previous question which was carried forward for ethanol blended with petrol. And these are 8th, 9th, and 10th are the corresponding regular questions which we have been carrying forward from the previous versions of SEEI 2023. Program for energy efficiency public transport for private transport, program for energy private transport, and capacity building program for transport. And please try to get the data from these departments on the capacity buildings done by them. If there is possibility, try to get the details. For agriculture sector, one indicator which we have added, one more point which we have added is on the whether the state have any policy guideline regulation scheme to incorporate EEC measures in the development of following. So farming machinery which we have added, because we had noticed under the EV policy that some of those farming equipments or e-tractors are available in the EV policy of some states. So, and despite if it's not even available on in the EV policy, maybe if there is a collaboration between the departments, some sort of reducing the GHG emissions from the farm sector, that can be taken up. It generally, I think, it comes under SAFCC somewhere. Regarding the adoption of EEC measures in the agriculture, so we are asking what percentage of total agriculture pump in the state are energy efficient or solar power. This data will be available with the SDA. If you are a state nodal agency, you have data from PM Kusum. You can get the data from irrigation department as well. And these are the regular questions carried forward from the previous versions of SEEI 2023. Regarding the DISCOM, there is a new new indicator which we have added on DSM. So we are asking you to provide a list of DISCOM, both government and private. Has the Electricity Regulatory Commission of your state or UT approved the DSM action plan submitted by the DISCOMs, whether it is government or private, in their ARR, aggregated revenue requirement? It is available on their websites. The orders, tariff orders, DISCOMs most probably can provide you the data. This is very much related to the DSM action taken by the DISCOMs all over the country. Yeah, TG Retro.
For this load dispatch reports, how the because of SLD, we have the state central level only, not state level, sir. Load dispatch report. And any format is available.
Load research reports are conducted and they are covered under the guideline as well. So, and you will ask this data having, but we are asking whether you have done it consistent.
Sir, any format, because when we ask the DISCOM, they immediately ask the question, you have any format that, how we can collect that, sir? Load research report. Any template for that?
If you want a tablet, because you want to tell.
No, regarding this indicator, we have already discussed now. We will provide whatever information we have, but I think SDA has not this information like you just asked me now. Did the DISCOM of a state UT conduct a study on load research? We will provide whatever data we have. Yes.
Okay, sir.
So some of the data which we will collect from Bureau as well. So that can be covered in here. Regarding the demand response and demand flexibility, we have modified the indicator to have the DISCOMs in the state implement a TOD tariff for the commercial or industrial consumers, and whether they have implemented the TOD or TU tariff for domestic or EV connections. And the third question is whether the state or UT taken any initiative or implemented pilot projects on automated demand response or behavioral demand response. Regarding the Bureau of Energy Efficiency Manners and Intervals, this was the guideline and regulation which was provided by Bureau. So the questions we have added have the DISCOMs and the state submitted all periodic quarterly energy accounting reports for the FY 2020. Whether the DISCOMs have submitted the annual energy audit report for the FY 2020. What are the targets and actual T&D losses in percentage of DISCOMs on state? And what steps have been taken by the DISCOMs, both private and government, in the state to reduce the T&D loss in FY 2020? Regarding the RDSS indicator, two questions we have added. What steps have been taken by the DISCOMs in the state or UT to reduce the AT&C loss in FY 2023-24? And to provide the AT&C loss of the DISCOMs? Both.
Yes, SD Odisha, you have raised your hand. You can ask. Unmute.
In point number 2, please.
Point number 4.
Point number 2.
Okay.
Uh,
Yes.
In have DISCOM in the state implemented TOD tariff in the following consumer. What are those?
One is whether you have done it for commercial or industrial, and the second question is whether you have done it for domestic consumer or for EV connection.
TOD and TOD tariff. Okay.
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 Okay. Regarding the metering status indicator, we have added 3 questions. One is the proportion of communicable metering completed at the feeder level by the DISCOMs, proportion of communicable metering completed at the distribution transformer level, DT level, and the proportion of agriculture feeders segregated in the state or UT. The last 2 questions are carried forward from the previous year. Programs for the demand side management and the capacity building in DISCOMs. So these are all the indicators. We have covered them. So this is the next session is basically the question and answer session, but you have been asking a lot of questions, but the floor is open to all now. If they have any questions or if they have any suggestions or inputs on these indicators. Whichever section you would like, we will browse through it again and we can discuss on it. Session is open for questions and suggestions.
You people, whoever have some question, please raise your hand and we will ask one by one. So to all the indicators, if you have some queries, because some of the SDAs have already asked their queries. Any other SDA have some queries, you can raise your hand. We can ask one by one to everyone.
I think we have covered it. We will sending the PPT to everyone.
Yeah, apart from that, we will send this. Okay. Yes, TH Redco.
Sir, transport sector,
Yes.
the transport sector, serial number 9, sir. Programs for energy efficient private transport. Sir, can we take this private cabs? We can take the information also for programs, energy efficient programs.
Can you
Like Ola,
speak it?
sir, serial number 9, program for energy efficiency private transport.
You can, no issue. So, however, the Ola, Uber, or the ESL program, EV program, all the data are acceptable.
They're acceptable, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, how
Because
much time is
these cab types of things comes under the private transport, not the public
Yes, sir.
transport.
Private transport. Yes, sir. We asked that only private transport because of we have electrical fleet also. We in the Telangana, a lot of electrical fleet is operating by a lot of private people. So, can we provide the information in this report section?
Yes, you can.
Sir, how much time is provided at this time? How much time is given for this all the indicators?
We will get it thing. So we will share with you all the timelines and and also the indicators. We will share with you.
Sir, please provide us some more data. Sir, last time you gave only 15 days time.
Yeah, sure. We will definitely provide you some more time from the.
No, sir. There's a lot of information collected for line departments. Now we have to inform our secretary level, minister level. We have to conduct the meeting also. Then only get the information from higher official level.
Firstly, we will provide you the list of indicator by this week, and we will live the data collection portal from the 1st of September, and you will get a more amount of time than the last year because you have to collect the data from the other departments. For that, you need the indicator earlier than the data collection portal. We will share with you all the indicators by this week. By tomorrow maximum, we will share with you, and you can just send all the indicators to the concerned stakeholder department, and you can collect from the data from the next month. From the 1st September, we will provide all the link of the data collection. It is almost final. Only we have to put all the indicators in the portal, and that portal will be live. And, we will share you all the password and the IDs for all SDAs too. For fill the
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah. Any other SDAs have any issues or queries or some suggestion?
I think
Okay, I think we can proceed for the next session. So the next session will be the data demonstration on the data collection portal. Yes, we will share all the presentation to everyone. To every SDS, we will share this presentation and also the list of the all indicators, so that you can get in touch with all the stakeholder department to collect the data. Yeah, I hope my screen is visible to all of you. So, yeah, okay. So this is right now it is a demo portal. So we will provide you when it will live. We will put all the indicators over here, and we will share all the details with you. So here you will we will provide you the username and password also. You can change accordingly. So you will put the username and password over here and you just log in. So up in the login, you will this type of windows in front of you where you have to provide the state name, SDA name, and the website and head of the SDA. These all the things. Most of the data collection portal is same from the previous year. So in the left hand side, you can see all the indicators over all the sectors over here. You can just click on any sector. You can directly go to the sector where you have to put the data. Sorry, because all the questions are here you are showing. This is the last year question. Don't worry, we will update it and we will share with you the updated ones. So here we have a different type of input over here. One is the multiple question, whether yes, no, or not, or the multiple choices question is also over there, like in the EV sector, in the transport sector, also in some of the sectors, where you can just put yes, we have the TND, TOU tariff, theory tariff for the commercial, industrial, and all the other sectors. And here we have added one new features that you can see whatever data that you have provided and we have accepted that thing, you will see over here. Like if the ECBC has complied, yes, you will see, you can write over here the SDA additional remarks, ECBC has been notified. Then ECBC has been notified. So in the SDA reference, you can upload the ECBC notification, and after that, you have to just click on the save and continue so that all the data will be saved over here. So no data will be erased. You can see where after clicking the save and continue, you can see I have written ECBC has been notified. In the SDA reference, you have to upload the PDF file or the doc file. All the files are accepted and the supporting file types are docs, PNG, JPG, JPG, or text or PDF. So
UPCL, I think you are from Uttarakhand, right? Am I audible? So the portal is available for the state designated agency, UREDA, and they are going to give you a set of questionnaires based on the indicator framework, which we have just shared right now in the presentation. And you are supposed to send this user ID and password will be in the name of UREDA if you are from Uttarakhand, I believe it is.
So the SDA from the state will share the indicator with you UPCL. So you can just provide the data to the SDAs, and SDA will upload all the data in the data collection portal. And the other most of the functions are same as the previous year. So one thing is that you can print the blank form from here also. If we select, click on the blank form, you can generate the blank form. You can print the blank form also, and you can share with the stakeholder departments. So some of the, so when we have conducted the feedback survey, some of the SDAs have given key how we can print the blank data. So you can print out the blank data by clicking on the print blank form. And after all the submission, you can just click on the submit for review. It is automatically all the data will be saved and all the data will be come for the AEEE and BEE comments. So after your submission of all data, BEE and AEEE will review all the data and will provide our comments. All the comments will be shown to the your portal also. You can just check whatever the comments will provided by the AEEE and BEE comments, and whatever we are accepting the data, you can just see whether the ECBC, whatever you have provided, yes, ECBC has been notified and the data has been accepted. So you can check from here also. After that, you have given the data, you can just click back to the home where you can take all the sectors over here and all the functionalities are same like last year. Do you have any question on the portal? Please raise your hand. I hope you have get all the note and taken care of this portal. Now I think we can go ahead and we can ask Bhaskar sir to.
Right, Secretary Sir.
Okay, just a minute. Yes, UPCL, you can unmute yourself and you can ask. UPCL.
हेलो
Yes,
am I
yes.
audible?
Yes, you are audible.
हाँ सर, मैं ये जानना चाह रहा था कि हम इस पोर्टल को एक तो कैसे एक्सेस करेंगे और इसका यूजर आईडी पासवर्ड हमें कैसे अवेलेबल होगा, और मैं आई एम फ्रॉम डिस्कॉम साइड.
Okay, so हम लोग ये जो पोर्टल का जो पासवर्ड है, it is only we will provide to the SDAs. Okay.
Okay.
So is we will provide all the indicators to the SDAs, and SDA will circulate all the indicators like DISCOM indicator with you. You will provide the data to the SDAs, and SDA will upload all the data into the portal.
Okay. Means discoms and other sectors have to submit in hard copy.
Whatever the sector has. So SDA will get in touch with all the stakeholders department, and one of the department is DISCOM. So SDA will provide all the indicators only related to DISCOM to the DISCOM, and you fill the data and you can provide the data to the back to the SDAs. Then SDA will upload the data into the portal, and AEEE and BW will review.
Okay. Will it be quarterly exercise or yearly exercise?
It is a yearly exercise. So for this year, SEEI 2024, the data that you have to provide only for the financial year 23-24, 2023-2024 financial year.
By what time? By what date?
We will share all the details soon, all the timelines.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
But you don't need to provide all the data in hard copy only. Any data provided by the DISCOM to their SDAs through their official email ID of the state government is verifiable.
Right. Agreed, sir. Nowadays, that is as good as hard copy. We usually say that is
hard copy. You need to provide the hard copy. Anyways, the signature of the designated authority is there. So it doesn't make much sense.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Sumit is also here from SDA Uttarakhand.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other SDAs have any question?
हेलो.
Yes.
मैं ये पूछना चाह रही थी, कोई वाटर रिसोर्सेज डिपार्टमेंट के लिए स्पेशल इंडिकेटर्स हैं?
वाटर रिसोर्स डिपार्टमेंट इज लिंक्ड विद म्युनिसिपल सेक्टर ना मैम. सो जब हम बात कर रहे हैं म्युनिसिपल एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी की, सो देयर द इंडिकेटर्स आर देयर फॉर SDA might provide you the questions like what energy efficiency measures have been taken up by a department in terms of energy efficiency of the pumps, or in terms of any systemic measures which your department has taken up, or some diktat or regulation provided by the head department, your head department, how to include energy efficiency measures if they are mandatory, or some sort of advisory has been issued to you. All that sorts of data you are supposed to provide to SDA.
Okay.
Oh. So, Bhaskar sir, please welcome the officials from the BW. Bhaskar sir.
Yes. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone, and a hearty welcome, warm welcome to the senior officials from Bureau. I believe we have Shri Milind Deore there and Shri Abhishek ji, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So welcome Milind ji and Abhishek ji. Perhaps maybe would you want Abhishek, would you want to go first and say a few words, and then we could request the Secretary BE to perhaps provide a few words to SEEI. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to say
Go ahead.
something.
Go ahead.
Just
Yes.
few words. It's already late, and we thank all the representatives of the SDAs and other state department for this orientation webinar. I also like to thank our partners, AEEE, for this nice explanation of all the indicators, the newly introduced indicators also, and for your association with BEE for this version of State Energy Efficiency Index and the previous versions of State Energy Efficiency Index. For the sake of discussion, since 2018, BE is preparing this index. The first version was basically the preparatory index, and for the last 3 years, this indicators the ranking in terms of this State Energy Efficiency Index has formed the basis for awarding the states in terms of the energy efficiency interventions they have carried out in their states. And we award the states during the NICA day on the 14th December every year. And for the last two series of this 14th December, the Honorable President has awarded the top scorers in this category. So you can gauge the seriousness of this event, and it is the right time for the states to showcase their abilities in terms of this state energy efficiency indicators. So I got some of the feedbacks, and I request the team from BEE and AEEE to share the timelines with all the SDAs so that they are on time, and this exercise can be finished in a very time bound manner, because we have to launch it before 14 December. So we have to be prepared by at least November 30 for this event. And as already told, the data collection portal will go live on the 1st September, and we have time till, so we have around 3 months, and the festival seasons will also be there. So we have to be it's a very tight schedule. So as we embark on this journey, I urge all the states to participate with enthusiasm, and necessary support in this regard will be provided by BE and AEEE as and when required. So thank you once again. Now I request Milind Deore, our secretary, to address the gathering, please. Over to you, Milind, sir.
Abhishek.
Sir.
I'm audible?
Yeah, you are.
Okay. So, very good evening to all. Vikas?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you mute yourself? Yeah, thank you. So, very good evening to all of you. And first of all, thank you, AEEE, for making a detailed presentation on the State Energy Efficiency Index 2024, which we are going to start the activity right now. This is a kickoff meeting, you can say. Whatever the comments and the inputs which we have received from all the state agencies, I request AEEE to please compile it, and we may have further discussion to finalize the indicators as well as their scores in subsequent meeting. So I congratulate all the SDAs and all other state departments for providing very continuous and strong support for this very important activity. Since 2018, means I am the part of this activity since 2018. Means we have initiated first with the preparedness index, which we launched in 2018, and then state energy efficiency index. So over the journey, I'm just observing that the states have improved a lot in providing the information, and also the indicator itself has been improved. Means initially it was focused on only some key parameters and the policy issues. And now we are always covering all the aspects of the economy, including all sectors, building, municipal, agriculture, industry, DISCOMs, and even the cross sector. So, and I also observed that in the last all 4 or 5 years, the various states have taken a very good lead and they have improved significantly in their activities. So as per the information shared and we discussed with AEEE, this year, again, we have included much more new parameters also, new indicators are also, which I think you discussed in detail with these state agencies. Here in buildings also, we are now focusing on more on implementation rather than notification. Similarly, in agriculture sector, new area like cold chain is added. Industry, we have added widening of the scheme as well as the implementation and the financial support. Even in the cross sector, BSCOs, State Energy Conservation Fund, their utilization is also being included along with the energy transition and climate action plans. Most of the state have also completed their state energy efficiency action plan. They formed their energy transition committees under the chairmanship of chief secretaries. So that aspects are also being covered, means how many activities and the strategies which are being identified as a part of the state energy efficiency index are now converted in implementation. So many things are there. And again, as Abhishek has just spoken about the timeline. Timeline is critical. We have to do this entire assessment within a next couple of months only. So all the states are required to please provide timely data information so that their analysis can be done. And one more round of revalidation of data can also be possible with more supporting document. And finally, we can award the states in the National Energy Conservation Awards during 14 December 2024. So I don't want to take much more time. I once again thanks to all state designated agencies, their officials, and AEEE and my colleagues from BE for this entire work. And I wish all of you a best luck in this State Energy Efficiency Index 2024. So thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you everyone for, we will conclude this session. So if you have any doubt, you can directly mail to us. We will provide our email ID in the chat box. So if you have any queries, you can directly mail to, or you can directly mail to the BEE also if you have some queries related to the data, or you can directly mail to us also for any queries or for any supports. I hope it was going well. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you. Thank you everyone.